and welcome to another video, welcome to another review. I know the second gear review within a week. Probably going to be the last one for a wee while unless I manage to afford to get any more cool kind of gear. I actually did recently buy an acoustic guitar, so might do a wee demo kind of review of that as well, because I do quite like it and it's not a brand I'll ever have bought. But today, alas, we are here to talk about not a guitar, but we're here to talk about an amp. This little guy here, the Marshall DSLR1R. DSLR1R, R for reverb. Yep, this is a 1 watt all valve combo, and you hear me right, 1 watt, that is all it is. So the reason I got this amp, I had a Marshall Code 50. If you don't know what the Code 50, the Code series are, they're modelling amps, digital modelling amps, loads of effects, different amp models, different cabinets, different voicings, and you can go into the app and put different things. It was kind of like option paralysis for me. I'm a bit of a Luddite when it comes to, you know, too much options with guitar stuff. So I was like, next guitar I want, next amp I want something simple where the buttons are all that's on it. You know, all the dials and knobs that are on it, that's all it can do. And I want it to be valve, and I don't want to spend a lot of money, which is quite hard to get. But I was looking about and I found this wee guy, the DSL. Yep, the DSL range. Looked at a few reviews, realised there wasn't a whole bunch of reviews on it, but there was some in the blues done a really good look at it, and I thought it sounded great. I've always liked the Marshall. You can see I'm rocking a Les Paul. I've always liked Les Paul and a Marshall. That crunch sound, you know, it's classic and it sounds great. And 1 watt, which is also switchable to 0.1 watts. I was like, perfect for my use. The reason I got rid of the Code 50 as well as too many options, was it was just too loud for my room. It's a 50 watt amp, the one I had, and it was too loud. Even on model amps, you can turn them right down, it was still too loud at like 2. But I can crank this and it sounds great. So we're going to get right into the review. The way we'll work it, we'll have a look at the amp, bit of a close-up, go over the features. There's not many, but they're still packed with features, I guess, for this price. The price will be in the title, I think, or the description. It will change obviously where you are. I'm in the UK, I'm in Scotland right now. It'll change from shop to shop as well. We'll have a look at some of the tones and the clean and the dirty. And I know what you're thinking, you know, I'm using a Gibson Les Paul Standard 2016. This is a over £2,000 guitar into what's about a £200 amp. That's not really fair. So this guitar here, which is the Heartwood Charger, which I have reviewed, you can see it there or there, and never remember what way it flips. You can watch my review of that. That's a £249 guitar, and it is killer. It's really, really good for the price. So it's about the same price as the amp. That'll be a bit more fair. But I'm going to start off with the Les Paul. There'll be timestamps, you know, in the line below, the timeline thing below, whatever you call that. And you can check out the different guitars. Let's get right into it. Okay, so a kind of overview of the amp and its features. You know, you'll be able to see a close-up of this now. We have the first dial here, which is our volume knob. That's our first channel, so that's classic gain setting. We're going to start off everything at 12, you know, and then we'll move on from there. Next to that, you have the channel select button, which changes between the classic gain and the ultra gain settings. Ultra gain is kind of where it's at. For the ultra gain, you have gain and volume. And if we skip the tone shift to come back to it, and we look, we've got our full band EQ, you know, treble, middle bass, and then we've got reverb, which is super important to me. I love reverb in an amp. It kind of covers up a multitude of bad playing. So does gain though. So we've got reverb as well. So the tone shift, from what I can hear, kind of scoops the mids, you know, makes it a bit duller. Okay, so not as bright, which is quite useful if that's what you're going for. And round the back, you'll be able to see we have a low power option here. If you click it in, you get your low power mode, which is your 0.1 watts. And you've got an audio in, so you can put some tunes into it. You've got, see, FS, that's your foot switch, which we'll come on to. And you've also got an effects loop as well. So really packed with features for such a small amp. It's such a great price. Not to mention all valve as well. No modelling here. I am on the low power mode, 0.1 watt because I live in a residential, I live in a flat here, and I don't want to annoy the neighbours living at 12 o'clock. But even in 0.1 in the low power, this sounds great. So we're going to have a listen to that now. As I said, I've got the Les Paul here, both pickups on here, and everything at 10 and everything at 12 here, reverb off at the moment. And you'll hear, because of the humbuckers and the Les Paul, you'll start to get a bit of breakup already. So you can get clean, you know, if we bring back this volume a little bit. Since we've got valve, one of the beauty of valve amps is, you know, if you back off the volume on your guitar a little bit. Very nice clean tone, you know, no one's really buying a Marshall, I wouldn't think, for the clean tones. But lovely, lovely clean tones in it. We go on to the neck pickup, and if we add a little bit of reverb in, so it's a digital reverb, I'm pretty sure here. You know, and the reverb's okay, it's dead, it's usable. Not the best reverb, but it is lovely. It's not up there with Fender reverbs. But we dial in a bit. If we put the reverb at 12, neck pickup here. You've got some quite nice sounds there, you know, for the clean channel. Of course, if we start to drive that channel, you're going to start getting a bit more breakup, especially if we go onto the bridge pickup. We get the reverb to back that off a bit. So you can see, nice and spanky, quite a lovely clean tone. That's without changing any of the EQs. So if we back off maybe the mids a bit more treble, a bit more bass, you'll start to get a lot, you know, more customizable sounds. You know, really nice sound, and there's lots of stuff you can do with EQ. Lovely kind of tones. Of course, you can crank that right up. Again, this is in the low power mode. You know, there's bags there and quite good low end. You know, I think this is just an 8-inch speaker in this one, 8-inch speaker, and it sounds great. If we move over, you know, into the ultra gain setting, this is where it starts to get really quite exciting. So if we go on to that, oh, this is where I'll mention that FS foot switch that we had earlier. Kindly enough, the good people at Marshall included a foot switch as well into the bundle, and for this price it's really great. One button, bit of a loose button, but it changes between your channels, so your classic gain setting to your ultra gain. So instead of me doing it on the amp, let's just dive into the pedal. You know, you'll be able to see that change there. You know, everything at 12 again, we'll back off. I'll put the tones, you know, your EQ back in the middle, back off that reverb, you know, and you start to get a real proper Marshall thing. You start getting that Marshall sound that you really know and you love, and it sounds brilliant. If we get a bit of reverb on the go there, and we maybe change a bit of this, so let's back off the middle a bit more bass, bit more treble. Let's back off the gain a little bit, get the volume up maybe a tiny tad. Get a bit more reverb on the go there. You start to get those singing. You know, even just for that rhythm thing, you know. Ah, I think it sounds so good. You start to get that real Marshall thing going on. 1 watt, low power. That sounds great. So let's scoop the mids here. Let's get the mids out. A lot more treble. Back off the bass a little bit. We're going to back off that gain a little bit more, and then we're going to push the gain. Okay. Let's add a little bit more reverb. Back off the tone here. You know, it sounds great. If you push the gain, that's where, you know, it starts to lose a little bit of definition, but still sounds, you know, still sounds good. It sounds brilliant, but for me the kind of tone is low gain, you know, and just pushing that volume so it's breaking just a little bit. You know, when you get those really nice bluesy. nice spanky Marshall dirty tones. Yeah, it's lovely. Right, now what I'm going to do, we're going to switch guitars, because yes, a Les Paul is going to sound good into a little Marshall, but what about a guitar the same price? You know, are we going to get the same sort of cool sound? Yeah. Yeah, we probably are. Okay, we are back with the Heartwood Charger, the £249 guitar. Again, you can check out my review if you want. We're on neck pickup, tone volume, both full, back on the clean channel here. Really do love this guitar, but as you can hear, it sounds great, you know. Sounds brilliant. If we go into the dirty channel with this, you'll gun it. A little bit of Ted Nugent there. But yeah, no, it sounds great, this amp. I could play all day probably, but yeah, hopefully that comes across okay. I'm not the best player in the world, there's better players reviewing stuff on YouTube, but totally honest, you know, this is my opinion. You know, as much as I bought the amp, I want to like it because of that, but I actually do love it. I think it sounds fantastic. Oh, we never talked about the tone shift, right? The tone shift, what that does, it just kind of makes things a bit darker. So we see if we can see the difference here. Do it in a brighter pickup. So tone shift off, we'll go back to the clean channel. That's it on, takes out a bit of the high end. Dirty channel. Again, I could play it all day, but yeah, that's the Marshall DSLR. DSL1 watt. They do a 5 watt, 20 watt, I think, or is it go maybe jumps up to 20 right away. This is my new amp of choice. I really do love it. Hopefully this was useful at all if you're thinking about getting it. If you have any questions about the amp, do let me know down below. I'll catch you in the next one. Please like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and it is Get Into The Grooves. And I hope you all have a super cool day. A super good day. A good day. Have a good day. See you later.